Alright guys, so today I'll be unboxing and building this Garuda Phoenix clear version. So just like the white version, this also includes the special white box that has nothing on it, no labels, no nothing, just completely empty. But just like the white version, I will also be opting out of the application of the stickers, mainly because I would like to see the clear be showcased. So let's get started. So let's start from this side. You can see that this is the clear version with all the clear parts. We get an instruction manual, stickers. We also get a warning just to tell you that the plastic is a little bit special and that it is designed this way, specially molded, and if there's any problems or imperfections, you'll be able to see it because it's a crystal texture. And the typical stuff like the wheels, which are in clear as well, gears, electrical components, and the motor. So this is how it looks like completely. Alright, so let's get started. So I'm going to be skipping out on the stickers, and the instruction manual looks almost exactly the same as the white version or the just typical colored version, so we're just going to put that aside. We also get this disclaimer, so we know it's completely brand new and it's not missing. I'll also be using the special edition movie version of the Garuda Phoenix's weapon. So this is a special edition with a spring-loaded actuator module, so it doesn't use the latch like on typical Bandai. I also got the gold version, so just to take a look at the end after we finish building. So yeah, let's get started on the build. So I had my friend inspect the packages before it got shipped over, and it seemed that the two wings for the main shell fell off from the backing. So he taped it over and made sure it didn't get missing. So yeah, let's get cracking. So let's start building the VT chassis as typical of my videos. Let's start with the battery box. So let's get the positive terminal, and then the negative. Okay, perfect. And then let's get the switch right here and just insert it through the loop on the side right there. Okay, perfect. So make sure it's all the way to the bottom, touching the floor, and then you're able to put the switch in right here, right like that, and then we put the switch cover back on. Perfect. Like that. Okay, and now we'll do the bottom motor compartment. So first we're gonna have to put the terminal nodes on for the motor, jiggle it in place, and then put the plate in. Make sure the teeth is touching and it locks in, and then we'll have to get the nut and just push it into place. And there we go. And now we can adjust the VT chassis position. I typically use the second hole because that is the standard. Regardless if you have VT or not, this is the correct position. And then we'll put the longest screw in, and then we can start screwing it in. Make sure it's not super tight, or else you're gonna risk cracking the plastic, because you know this is 20-year-old plastic, as I always say in every video. There's always a high risk of cracking a bit of everything. All right, so we put the battery cover back on, and now we're ready to work on the motor and engine compartment. So first let's take the bigger gear and the weapon actuator, and we can put that there. We'll do the same for the bottom. You can actually align these green modules so that your weapon would be slid out or tucked in at the same time when the car is moving, but for the purpose of this video I would not be doing that. I would just be showing you the simple chassis assembly. Okay, so the gears are in, and we have to put the motor with the gear. So we'll just put the gear in, and then we'll just shove the motor down, and it's in perfect position. So we can just lift the prongs up here a little bit, and then make sure it is just on top rather than underneath the prongs. So you can just do a little check by lifting up a little bit, and it's perfect. So time to close it up. And now we have the white chassis completely done. We're gonna have to put the the wheel bearings on. So we have 4 of them. So 2 on each side. I typically only put the big part outside, so the bearing is mostly touching the wheel rather than the inside of the motor compartment. We'll have 2 more left, so right like that, and like this. Perfect. So we can put the wheels back in right now, and the wheels are beautiful, by the way. It just looks so clear. It uses a different kind of resin material, so it doesn't yellow just like the body of the car. But when I was snipping away on the parts, I did feel that the crystal coloring is a bit more brittle than the typical colored bodies. So for example, the black Garuda Phoenix, it felt much more soft and pliable and malleable compared to this clear one where it just snipped right off. And they were from the same seller, so I'm guessing it was just the different plastic material that has different compounds and reactions to snipping. But as we had the warning at the start, they said it's a completely different material. So I do believe them. This is a bit more hard and rigid than the other colors. Okay, so let's complete the weapon assemblies. So let's start with the rear weapon. So let's get these two pieces, and then where is the, yep, here it is. So this is the rear weapon assembly. We can assemble it into place, and there we go. So we have two screws, and as I said earlier, because this is a much more brittle crush gear, we're just gonna lightly screw it into place so it doesn't crack on itself. Just like that. There's no tension at all. You can see that it's just barely in. You can probably just screw it in a little bit more, but it's in place, so that's all that matters. Now we can just rotate the green actuator module inside, make sure it's centered, and gently place it in, because this is still a very brittle piece. There we go. So we can rotate it, and there we go. So that's the clear. And as you can see, it's pretty yellow. I'm sure there are ways to bring out the clear again. We can definitely soak it in some hydrogen peroxide and then shine some UV light on it so that it brings out the clear again. But for the purposes of this video, I would not be doing that. Let's do the front weapon as well, and then assemble the top piece. And it does still click in like a typical Garuda Phoenix. Oops, it went loose. Yeah, there we go. It didn't click in as satisfactory. I'm not as satisfied clicking this in compared to like the white version, because different material, different feelings. So here we go. So that is the left screw, and then we're gonna do the right screw. It is very, very brittle, so I'm not going to be making it go in so much, but it seems that it wants me to do so, so I'll just screw it in a little bit more. Okay, that's good enough. So we can see that it just penetrated a little bit of the plastic, of the top plastic, so I'm just gonna try a bit more. Yeah. Okay, we'll deal with that for now. Okay, so here we go. That's the front weapon, and then we can put the wheel weapons on. Usually I put the wheel weapons on after the weapons, the front weapons and the rear weapons, mainly because you won't be pushing against it while trying to fiddle it in, and you won't get marks on your palms. Okay, so perfect. So this is it. This is the shell. So as I said earlier, I'm not going to put the stickers on, mainly because I want to showcase the clear color. Yeah, so let's put on the wings. And then let's put in the top bit. There we go. So that's usually the scariest bit, because it holds on to the, it clamps on outwards on this little circle, and that is very easy to crack. So if you didn't do it carefully, it might crack the whole thing, especially since it's so brittle. And yeah, let's place this on gently. So I typically just bring these two prongs out a little bit, and then there we go. So this is the clear. You can see that it's a little bit yellow compared to the white. But as I said, you can also do some de-yellowing on your part too. So as I showed earlier, I did want to try to put the clear or the yellow, the gold blades that are a bit transparent. So let's take a look at how that would be installed. So this is the gold blade, and this is the clear blade right here. So just like a typical rep weapon, it doesn't, it uses the weapon actuator from the inside. However, this one is spring loaded, so you can actually just push in from here, and that simulates the need for having these latches. So let's just try and put that in. So let's slide this right in, and I think it looks beautiful. It works, and it matches the clear style of this. I have no complaints, but I do notice that it is a bit harder to turn, mainly because of the spring inside. You can see the spring right there. It is harder to turn, mainly because it's pushing against something rather than just pulling and pushing a loose piece like this. So this is kind of interesting too. We can also put the gold blade on. Okay, there we go. So let's try to put the gold piece in. And the gold one is typical, more adhering to the anime, so I might like the gold one a bit more. But if we had a dark blue clear Garuda Phoenix, or you know, the clear version of the Garuda Phoenix, this might fit more. So I feel like the clear for this car would be more suitable. What do you think? Tell me in the description down below. Anyways, so I'm gonna switch this back to the normal weapon, and I'll show you some photos afterwards. Alright, so thank you so much for watching the video. As you can see, I didn't apply these stickers just because I said that I wanted to see the clear a bit more, and it looks beautiful. I'll probably keep this in my collection with the clear gold blade. Sorry, the clear blade, but it's called gold blade. So yeah, this one right here, mainly because I might be getting the dark blue clear Garuda Phoenix if I can get my hands on one. But yeah, here's a closer look of the gear that was just assembled. You can see how beautiful it is. It uses the white chassis. I would really prefer it if it was clear as well, but the chassis has to be something of something sturdy, something more reinforced compared to these brittle pieces. So I wouldn't blame them, but I would love to see a clear version of this chassis for this car. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel, and let me know if you want to see other kinds of gear. I've always shown my 3D prints, my custom Bandai modifications, and also my extensive special edition Bandai collection. Anyways, take care guys, stay safe.